Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I'm laughing, y'all. I'm trying to fix myself. But anyway,
you know what I'm talking about, babe? Yeah. Now it's time for me.
If you haven't already, y'all know I'm about to get into this story time. This right here is gonna be funny and also not funny, but funny. It's funny to now, but it wasn't funny when all this shit was going on. It was really fucking weird. But anyway, if you haven't already gotten your drink, got your snack, got your herbal essence, whatever it is that you do, you need to go on and get it. And we still here with the same cup. Don't be a sour bee. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to my friend Amy for my cup. And I'm going to leave the person down below. I didn't say it in my other video, but I'm going to put her information down below. The person who made the cups, she makes other stuff too. Shirts, hats, and all this other stuff. And I'm going to leave it down below. Also, if you haven't already, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share my shit. I always say that. Y'all need to share my stuff, man. Share these videos. Share them. If you fuck with me, share the video. If you know somebody, all it takes is one time. Just tell somebody to watch my stuff. Just tell one person. I be getting a lot of views on my videos. It only take, if each one of y'all tell somebody, to subscribe. You really messing with me. You really like me, my vibe and everything. Tell somebody to watch my stuff. But anyway, we ain't gonna beg no more and plead no more. We ain't gonna do it. We finna get into the video. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Period.
Okay, guys, I don't know what day it is. Whatever day it is, happy, whatever, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, happy day, because I'm sure it's a weekday. So it's another Uber story. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tell y'all this other Uber story because I wanted to tell y'all this for a while. Okay, guys, I have experienced, I don't know what I'm gonna title this. I'm still trying to think of that right now, but these be the freaks. I might title it this. These the freaks of Uber. These men are disgusting. Let me tell y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all like probably 3 stories because I got a whole bunch of them, but I'm gonna just tell y'all these 3 quick ones. They probably won't be quick. That's why I'm telling 3. But anyway, y'all know what I mean. Okay, so this one time I was doing Uber, right? And it was during this thing called White Linen. If you from this area, from Houston, or maybe like the surrounding area, Austin or something like that, y'all might know what White Linen is. If you don't, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna leave it somewhere like around here. But it's like a huge thing in August. People dress up in white clothes. It's from like, I think it originated in New Orleans. It was from a couple. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the information somewhere right here. We all know. But anyway, it was this huge freaking festival. Like this thing, they shut down the streets. It's a big thing. And I think it lasts for the weekend. It's so big that your cell phones don't be working up there. Like your phones be jacked up because there's so many people out there. But anyway, I was doing Uber during this time, right? This was some years ago. This was because I don't know what year. I have a photo of me on this particular day. This what made me want to tell this story because I seen this picture in my phone of me when I was doing Uber that day. So I'm going to insert the picture because y'all going to probably be like, that's why that shit happened. But anyway, before I had did Uber that day, I had went out in the morning, like the daytime, like before, because I do Uber at night, I told y'all. So during the day, I went somewhere. I don't remember where I went. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I was dressed up. I had makeup on. And I had a little, a little cute, little fitted little sundress on. I'm going to insert it. And I was like, I'm about to go do Uber. So when I got done doing whatever I was doing, I don't remember. What the fuck was I don't remember. That was so long ago. But anyway, I had started doing Uber that day, right? So this day, I had picked this guy up, right? And he was, and I picked him up, right? Most of the time, I don't mind people sitting in the front seat with me. Like I would tell y'all in other stories, I'm like, I don't mind them sitting in the front seat. When I didn't feel like being bothered, I would put something in the front seat and like block it to where nobody could sit. But that was very rare. Most of the time, I don't care if they sit in the front seat. I pick the guy up, right? He opens the front door and gets in the front. Like, cool. He gets in the car and he starts talking to me or whatever. And he starts saying some stuff about, I guess, what's going on, you know, like the party and stuff, whatever. And he was like, what I'm about to do. They always get in the car, especially when I be dressed up a little bit. They be always like, what you about to get into? What you about to do? You don't want to go here and have some drinks? I'm like, no, I'm doing Uber. I don't want to have no drinks. I can't drink. I'm driving. I'm doing Uber, whatever. So he was doing that type of stuff. He's like, oh, let's stop at this bar. He's like, I got you. Don't worry. Like, whatever you want, I got you. And I'm like, no, I'm working. I kept telling him that over and over. I'm like, I'm working. So he was just like, okay, you do me a favor. Can you stop at this gas station? Not corner store. He didn't say that. He said gas station. Can you stop at this gas station? I was like, yeah, because I needed to get something out of there anyway. So I was just like, okay, cool. He want to stop. I'm going too. So I get out the car. He already was like low key, like saying like little flirty shit to me. But I was just like, sir, I'm married. So I would flash my ring because I had a big ass fucking ring. So I would turn and flash my ring like I'm married. He didn't give a fuck about that ring. He wouldn't care. He didn't care shit about what I'm talking about. He just was like, he had his eye on the motherfucking prize. I get out the car. He does one of these things that I looked at him and I was like, don't do that shit. Okay. You know how you be with a dude, right? And y'all hop out the car together. And this is your man. This your man, right? Your man gonna make it known that that's you right there. That's him. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean. The gestures that your man gonna do, he gonna open the door for you. He gonna grab your arm. He gonna do like little stuff like that. Like, that's mine. Like, don't even look her way. Like, especially if he's a masculine type of man. Like, he gonna show other men around, like, this is me. Ain't none of that over here going. Don't even look at her. Like, don't look this way over here. Like, you look, but you better keep your eyes, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna do that. Okay, why? When I get out the car, I walk around the car. He waits on me at the door. And I'm like, oh, he gonna open the door for me. He opens the door for me and then like I told y'all, he grabbed my arm, like, and tried to, like, lead me to, like, whatever, like, because we just got out the car together. So people probably think we together. I mean, we got out the car together. So he lead my arm and he's like, oh, you need this? He telling me, like, what do I need? He gonna pay for it. And I'm like, no. And I looked at him and I'm like, don't grab my arm. Like, don't touch me. Like, I ain't saying rude. I just like, hey, don't touch me. Like, I'm good. And I walked to go get whatever I was gonna get. And he was like, okay, whatever you get, I got it. I said, no, I don't need you to get it. I got it. So he's telling the clerk, like, whatever she get, I'm gonna get it. So he ended up paying for my shit, get in the car. And I told him, I said, man, hey, don't be doing that. You making these people think that we together. I'm taking you somewhere. Don't make these people think that we together. We not together. He's like, oh, I was just trying to be nice. You know, I wasn't thinking of it like that. I said, no, you was. I said, because them guys was looking at me like, that's you. Like, don't do that. Like, that's not, no. I'm like, I'm married. And I showed him my ring again, like, I'm married. And he was like, oh, yeah, I seen that. He's like, are you happy? Why do they do that? Anyway, he asked me these questions. I'm like, yes. I said, now I'm about to take you to where you got to go. And I'm driving or whatever. So he's like telling me his little problems, little relationship problems. And I'm listening to him or whatever. And I'm already like, he doing too much. So he's talking to me, right? And he's just like, why don't you just hang out with me? Like, he wasn't even drunk. He was sober from what I could tell. He wasn't drunk. He didn't give me drunk vibes or nothing. I've been around a whole bunch of drunk people. He didn't give me that. He was just like pushy. And then this is what I was about to knock him in his fucking. I was gonna knock him in his shit, y'all. This motherfucker grabbed he told me, he kept asking me, like, why wouldn't I hang out with him? Why don't I give him a chance? Why don't I go to this bar with him, just hang out with him for a few hours, then do Uber again? Like, he kept telling me this over and over. And I was just like, I'm working. I'm doing my job. Da, da, da. This is daytime. It's not nighttime. It's daytime. This fool grabs my, like, the back, like, he grabs my head and I pull away and he grabs my head and tries to kiss me on my lips. Out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. I didn't even know. I didn't think it. I didn't know it. And I was like, see, this is why you don't need to let no motherfucker sit in the front seat with you, because they be on some weird shit. These motherfuckers need to sit in the back. So he grabbed my hand and I was like, wait. I said, man, I am not. And I put my hand in his face and I was like, no. And I'm like, you got to get out the car. This is when I was dropping him off and he kept asking me to get out the car, park the car, do this. He'll pay for valet, da, da, da. He wanted me to go with him in this bar. And I'm like, no, I'm not going with you nowhere. I don't even know you like that. I said, I'm working. He's like, how much is it for a day? Like, not a day. Like, how much do you make in a day? And I'll pay your day. I'll pay your day. You come hang out with me. I said, no, I am not doing that. I am working. He was just adamant on me doing that. Then when I pushed him in the face, and I was like, man, you got to get out. And he was like, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He's like, I just thought you might want me to kiss you. I said, no, I don't want you kissing me. I don't want nothing from you. And he was just like, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be rude. I just wanted to hang out with you. I was willing to pay your day for you to just be around me and just like get to know me. I said, I have a husband. You could get to know him. You could get to know him. I'm finna go. So he got out of the car and this is the time when they still can contact you. So he was sending me messages. And then as soon as I got a new person, it stopped. I was like, thank God, because this motherfucker is getting on my nerves. Because like I told you, it was a busy day. So I already knew like he could text me for a little bit, but it wasn't going to go through no more once I got another person. I got a person and I told them when they got in the car, I'm like, this weird motherfucker tried to kiss me. Let me tell you about this other shit. I go pick up this man. This is a whole nother story. That's the end of him. This is a different dude. I picked up this guy, right? All these men have in common is the color of my shirt. All of them have this in common. Okay. So I pick him up, right? I don't know where I picked him up. I probably picked him up at a restaurant. I don't remember where I picked him up at. I just know where I dropped him off at. He lived in these beautiful high-rise apartments. I love these. This place was so nice. Beautiful. They got valet. Like they valet your shit. Like they beautiful. Pick him up. We in a car. We talking da da da. I'm really, really a people person. If you talk to me and you nice and you cool, I'm gonna talk back to you. I'm not gonna be rude to you unless you pull that rude shit out, and then I'm gonna give you what you give me back. I'm gonna give it back to you. So he was really cool. Get in the car. We cool. We vibing, talking, whatever. I guess he really liked how I was, and he was just like, come upstairs. He asked me that shit like 10 times. Come upstairs. When you drop me off, park the car, come upstairs and have a drink with me. I'm like, no, I am working. He was like, you should just stop working. How much did you make today? I said, ain't none of your business. I'm still working. He was like, same thing. I'll pay for you. Come on. I'm like, no. He kept asking. He would talk about something and then be like, just come upstairs, just come upstairs, come upstairs. No. He was like, you a dope person. You got a good personality. You're dope. He's like, I like how you are. He's like, I just want you to just come up and you could have like a nightcap. This is nighttime. He's like, you can have a nightcap. I'm like, I'm not done working. And I'm married. I was married too. I was like, I'm married. He was like, okay. You married. Okay. I was like, see, I should have seen that in the first place. He can't see this fucking ring. I wear my wedding ring. I never took it off. I always had it on my hand. So it was like, you see it? It's big. That thing is not, I ain't had no little baby wedding ring. My shit was huge. So I'm like, you don't see this big ass rock on my finger, but okay. So get to his place, right? As soon as we get to it, he asked me again before he got out of the car. He's like, you sure you don't want to just come upstairs and just have a drink with me? I'm like, no. I tell y'all, this was early Uber. This was like early, probably 2015. This is early. This is when, because I had to tell them to tell him to stop because he just kept doing it. This is when they have your number, not your it's some type of number, because they don't have your actual number. They have a number to connect you with. And as long as that number, they can contact you. Y'all, he kept calling the phone. texting the phone, not the Uber phone, my phone, because I had an Uber phone and I had my phone. But when they call you, it rings my phone. It don't ring the Uber phone, it ring my phone. So he's texting my phone and calling my phone. And I'm not picking up the phone because he's texting me. He's like, just come upstairs. Just come. He sends me his room number and everything, like his apartment number. He sent me the apartment number. He's like, when you get done tonight, just come back. He's like, I really want, excuse me. He's like, I really want to see you again. I like how you are, da, da, da. And I'm like, I'm not responding to this shit. So I'm just like, I'm about to send this shit to Uber. So he just kept calling. He called like 5 times. He kept calling the phone. And then soon as I got a person, because I didn't get a person right away. It was a while because this was nighttime. Like, this was late. And where I was at, it wasn't a popular, like, he lived in a really nice area. So it wasn't nobody over there trying to, like, go nowhere. People was, like, leaving bars. So I had to drive back to where it's really active to go pick somebody up. So I'm driving, and he's calling the phone, texting the phone, calling the phone, telling me, I wish I still had these messages. I could pop them up, but it was so long ago. He was texting the phone, calling the phone, telling me to come upstairs, telling me to come have a drink with him, telling me he want to see me again, telling me that he sent me his real number, told me to call him. I was like, this motherfucker's a weirdo. So I just, of course, Uber didn't do shit. Sent the stuff to them, and they just was like, oh, we'll do an investigation or whatever they do, talk to him, whatever. I'm like, all right. So, like, he keep harassing me, calling me. He won't stop calling my phone, whatever. Y'all need to do something, because he's still calling the phone, and I already dropped him off. And then they were like, oh, we're going to do something about it. Okay. But he still was doing it. He still was calling. And I know it's because he was drunk, because he was real drunk. I'm like, he don't even know what he's saying. He just saying anything. So eventually it stopped. I get another person, and then I don't hear from him. And of course, Uber didn't tell me no update, like always. They ain't tell me nothing. They ain't let me know anything. I just was like, whatever. Went and picked the person up, went about my day, kept doing Uber, like, and kept doing it from that point on. Nothing happened. He was like, I want you to come up. Weird. I thought that was fucking weird. You don't even know me, and you just want me to come up there. I could be a killer, a robber. I could have niggas come in here and hit a lick on your ass. You don't even know. Like, you just trusting what you see, and you don't really know me. But okay. All right. Let me tell y'all this last one. Then, because I got a lot more. I'll tell y'all more about them freaks in other ones. But this is another one. This is another freak. He tops that one. He tops the kissing one and the other one. I'll tell y'all him. I go pick him up. He live in a really nice area. House had to be $1 million house. His house had to be $1 million house. He had the house with the wraparound driveway. You pull up, drive up in the driveway, turn into a circle. He had some nice cars out there. I was really interrupted. Sorry. Okay, so like I was saying, he got one of them wraparound driveways. So he lived in a really nice house. Anyway, I pull up, right? He's got a friend with him. So the friend is the one who's like trying to, like, I guess, what do you call it? Like amp him up or whatever, like make him whatever. I don't know how to say the shit right. Y'all know what I mean. Like, his friend, he was a good wingman, if that's what that means. He was like over there saying all this stuff about this man. Like, I give a damn. I don't care. So anyway, he gets in the car. The friend get in the car first. And he was just like, saying like little stuff about where they was going, what they about to do, da 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 da. I took them to a strip club. Okay. So I should already known it was gonna be some shit. But it was cool. He wasn't bad. He was bad. He was. let me not dress that. He was bad. He was bad in his own way. Let me just say that. Okay. They get in the car. The guy who owned the house, the one who called the Uber, I don't know his name. We ain't gonna give him. You don't need no name. The guy get in the car. Now the friend was Hispanic, and the guy who called the Uber, he was a white guy. Like I said, everybody is colored, my shirt, whatever. All right. We get in the car, we talking, everything cool. the vibe is cool. We laughing. They telling me they about to go to the strip club, and the strip club was all the way. Now we on the south. Are we on the south? No, we like central Houston, central. So like we like in like we in central part of Houston, closer to downtown, closer to the heights. Like we in that area. Like the houses. He was in a really beautiful house, ducked off somewhere in one of them neighborhoods, like on Voss over there. I'm taking him all the way to the north side. That's a long fucking drive. Okay, to a strip club. They tell me about the strip club. Shit, from the way he was acting, he might have been the owner of the strip club. I don't know. Cool, like white guy, older man, probably like in his like late 40s, early 50s or whatever. He talking to me, telling me like stuff about whatever. We just talking back and forth, da da da. Okay, he tells me, he was like, oh, how long are you gonna work today? I said, oh, I'll be working till like 3 in the morning. He's like, oh, you be working late? I said, yeah. He was like, if I tip you good, can you come back and pick us up and bring us back? I said, yeah, hell yeah. yeah, I'll pick you up. I used to always do that. I would give my number to the people and they would be like, can you pick us up? I'll pay you cash, whatever. And I used to be like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. And they be paying. So I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right. So we talking whatever. He telling me about the club and all this stuff. And he was like, the guy was like, oh, he wild. He did that. Like talking about the guy, whatever. So y'all, I guess he must have liked something about me, because this motherfucker started touching my arm. And I'm like, hey, like, will they be doing that? They in a back seat at that. Not the guy, not the Hispanic one, the one with the money. He was touching my arm. I'm like, I'm not one of them strippers now. We ain't doing none of that. He was just like, you so beautiful. He's like, why you doing this? If you was with me, you would not be doing this. Y'all think I'm just, this be the same thing. They all say this to me. If you was with me, you would not be doing this. Well, I'm not with you. So let's go on. So he was like, oh, if you was with me, you wouldn't be having to do this. He was like, I'll make sure you good. You wouldn't have to work. I'm like, oh, well, I ain't with you. I got a husband. So I'm like, he's like, you got somebody and he letting you do this? And I'm like, yeah. So then we get to talking, whatever. We talk. Like I told you, that's a long drive. So we talking. So then he's like, okay, listen, if you come back, he's like, I'm going to make sure I take care of you. This man pulled out. His trip probably was like $50. He gave me $200, but the way he gave it to me was like a stripper. First of all, he threw the money down and on, like, not on me, but like, like the thing right here, the seat, me, then my passenger side, and then the console in the middle. He taking the money, he's like throwing it down, and he's like, you come back and pick me up. He's like, I'm gonna take care of you. And he started rubbing my arm, rubbing down my back, and then he grabbed my butt, y'all. I swear to God. And I'm sitting down, so he put his hand under and grabbed my butt. I was like, oh no, I ain't picking him back up. Hell no, nah, I ain't picking. I told him, I said, thank you for the tip. I was like, just hit me back, hit me when y'all ready, and I got you. I had to play it cool, because I was like, first of all, I ain't finna flip out on this man because he gave me the money already. And 2, I'm like, I'm just not gonna pick his ass back up. And I was like, he talking about, I'm gonna make sure you good for it, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna take care of you. He's like, you so sexy, like saying all this shit when he getting out of the car, like saying all this little derogatory, nasty shit. But he grabbed my ass. And I was just like, I know he didn't just grab my butt. He rubbing my back and my back and shit. Like, I said, I should have cussed him out. I know. I should have cussed. I should have laid into his shit. I should have cussed him out. But I didn't. I just like, I ain't gonna pick him up. I'm gonna block him. As soon as he get out the car, I'm block the number. So he can't call me. And whoever called me from a weird number, I just won't answer the phone. So that's what I did. And I ain't never hear nothing else from him. And he just kept on flaunting like what he got. Like, he's like, the friend was like, oh, he owned all these businesses. Oh, he got a Ferrari. Oh, he got this. He got some nice cars. He do. The cars, when I pulled up, I was like, ooh, all them cars in the front was beautiful cars that I could see that was outside. It was all beautiful cars. So if they hit, I mean, that's cool. I don't really care. That shit don't faze me. I don't care about what you got. That shit does not, I don't care. That don't impress me. That don't do shit for me. Like, I don't get why people be like, oh, he got a Range Rover. Oh, he got this. I don't give a damn about that. He got that shit. I ain't got it. That's his shit. I don't give a damn. But anyway, that's just how I am. That shit don't faze me none. If a nigga walk in and he got fucking chains on, that shit's stupid to me, because you could invest that into something else. The fuck you got on $100,000 chain, and you could be investing in something and triple that 100,000 to like 400,000 or 500, but you spending on some fucking jewelry. But anyway, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But that man wasn't like that. This man was, he just was a freak, an old nasty freak. And he was going to the strip club, so he thought he was just going to have his way and whatever. But I took the little money and I kept on pushing. But anyway, that's the end of the story. You know, I'll be rambling and shit. If you like the video, you want more content from me, you know, like the video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts on all of these freaky old nasty men. And I tell you, oh, the man that I told y'all about in the second story, the man who was telling me to go upstairs to his thing, he probably was about the same age as this man, probably like in his late 40s, early 50s. So he was older too. The only one that wasn't older was the one who tried to kiss me. He probably was like 25 years old. But yeah, they all was some nasty old freaks. So if you like I said, y'all like my vibe, y'all like everything about me, y'all know, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned. I got more stuff for y'all. I might do a horror story about a client next. I'm trying to figure it out, because like I said, I want to read y'all some more content. And then, like, if y'all have any ideas or suggestions on stuff y'all want to know, what y'all like more, Uber horror stories of clients or whatever, my regular stuff, you know, leave a comment down below. And I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.